So, for those who know me, it's no secret that I love Nightwing. He's easily my favourite DC hero and second favourite comic book character of all time, second only to the legend Spider-Man. So when the time came around for me to make a top 10 video, it was an easy decision to centre it around Dick Grayson. As the title suggests, today I'll be counting down the top 10 Nightwing facts, so let's get into it. At number 10, he was the first Robin. Now this is a very well known fact among comic fans, and something that I thought everyone who knows of the character knew. But something I've come to realise is that although this is the kind of fact that us comic fans would say, yeah, duh, too, this is actually something that a lot of people don't know. People know Robin, and people know Nightwing, but they never seem to make the connection. Moving on to number 9, an explanation as to his costume change during the New 52. We all know the iconic blue and black colour scheme of Nightwing, but there was a period where he, for no apparent reason, changed from blue to red. Well, it turns out that there's actually a really good reason for this. DC wanted to change his look, along with a lot of other characters, to differentiate the New 52 from previous canon, and to establish a noticeable cutoff point from old to new, through character aesthetics. Well, that and probably to sell more merchandise. Over at number 8, we have a guy's night out with his fellow Titan Kid Flash. During DC Rebirth, my favourite era for DC, best friends Dick Grayson and Wally West team up once again, but not to fight crime. This time, it was to go on a bro trip with no superhero stuff allowed, unless absolutely necessary.
No kicks!
As cool as it is seeing them team up to take down bad guys, it is awesome to see them just hang out as bros too, especially considering what the two of them have been through in recent years, and how DC has torn the two apart. Now at number 7, we have the time he spent as a secret agent. In the 2014 series Grayson, Tom King and Mikhail Janan turned the, at the time, former Nightwing into a secret agent. This series saw Grayson, presumed dead to the world following the events of Forever Evil, take an undercover position at spy agency Spiral, a product of Batman Incorporated. The career shift came at the urging of Batman himself, who convinced the original Robin he needs to stay dead. This gig did come with a few cool new abilities though, which were a result of Spiral implants. These abilities included not being able to be recognised on security cameras, and another being hypnosis. Jumping over to the Injustice universe at number 6, we have the time Dick was killed by Robin. If you've played the Injustice games, then you'll know after being able to play as him in the first game, Nightwing suddenly disappeared in the second, leaving many people wondering where he went. Well, in the incredible Injustice tie-in comics, one day when Batman, Nightwing and Damian Wayne Robin were fighting some assorted villains, Robin started laying the beat down on Riddler a little too hard. And by a little too hard I mean literally beating a man when he's down. When Dick intervenes telling him to stop, Damian throws a baton at an unsuspecting Nightwing's head, hitting him in the temple, rendering him unconscious, where he falls back onto a rock which broke his neck and obviously kills him. This then leads on to one of the saddest Batman moments ever, as he picks him up and carries him outside saying he's gone. "I'm abandoned again. My son is dead." God damn, that is some powerful shit right there. Moving on to number 5, the fact that he's not the only person to don the Nightwing mantle in the DC universe. There's actually a few people who've taken up the mantle of Nightwing, such as Jason Todd, the second Robin, who's best known for his role as Red Hood, who became Nightwing after Dick went missing for a while, and used the Nightwing name to go around beating the ever-loving crap out of some bad guys in true Red Hood fashion, only giving up the mantle when he got captured and then rescued by Dick and Shanae Fremont, a metahuman with telekinetic powers who created her own Nightwing costume to help Dick rescue Jason. Another person to take up the role of Nightwing is Power Girl, who used the name while on Kandor as a reference to the origin of the name, and Chris Kent, the son of General Zod, who also used the name Nightwing during the events of Superman, New Krypton. The last two may confuse you, but make a lot of sense when you consider that the first person to don the title is actually Superman. Expanding on that at number 4, the origin of the name Nightwing. Most comic fans know that when Dick Grayson finally grew tired of being Batman's sidekick, he gave up the mantle of Robin and became the hero known as Nightwing. But what many don't know is that the former Boy Wonder didn't come up with this name by himself. He actually got the idea from Superman. In Superman 158, which was published back in 1963, Superman and Jimmy Olsen go into the miniature city of Kandor, a city from Krypton that was shrunk down by Brainiac and stored in a bottle, which Superman later brought to the Fortress of Solitude. The problem was that Superman had no powers inside Kandor, so in order to take down the bad guys, he and Jimmy took a page from Batman and Robin's book and dressed up as masked vigilantes to take down the bad guys, calling themselves Nightwing and Flamebird. Moving on to number 3, we have Dick Grayson's status as one of the greatest fighters in the DC universe. Now, it's no secret that the adopted son of Batman is good, but what a lot of people don't realise is how good. Over the course of his long history as a crime fighter, Grayson became an expert in boxing, judo, Muay Thai, ninjutsu, capoeira, and many more martial arts. He's also a master of a form of bow staff fighting called bojutsu, hence his use of bow staff while he was Robin, and his current and iconic use of the eskrima sticks. Having grown up in the circus, Dick is also an amazing acrobat, which helps him tremendously in combat, as he can move in ways that very few can. In fact, he's so talented that when Bruce Wayne went missing, he took up the mantle of Batman, and flawlessly pulled it off, I might add. Over at number 2, we have the time Nightwing killed the Joker. Yeah, seriously, Nightwing, the paragon of heroism in the DC universe, killed the Clown Prince of Crime. And this ain't no multiverse shit either. In the storyline Last Laugh, where the Joker learns he's suffering from a terminal pain tumor. Batman. In the storyline Last Laugh, where the Joker learns that he's suffering from a terminal brain tumor and goes on a massive crime spree, Nightwing ends up beating him to death. However, Batman is able to restart his heart soon after, leaving Nightwing to deal with the trauma that comes with crossing the line. Something that was actually never mentioned again, and got lost in the many dead timelines of the DC universe. And finally, we've reached number 1, the time when Nightwing became the Joker. Frank Miller's Dark Knight Strikes Again, a sequel to Miller's 1986 miniseries The Dark Knight Returns, places Grayson in the mantle of the Joker, which is an unusual twist to be sure. After getting fired by Bruce for incompetence, he was injected with a serum that drives him crazy and also gives him a healing factor for some reason, it's comics. He's then recruited by Lex Luthor to participate in a killing spree that saw many classic DC heroes, such as Martian Manhunter, meet their demise. And so he's punished by the Bat and thrown into a pit of lava. Classy. Okay, so there we have it, the top 10 facts about Nightwing. This was definitely a fun one for me to make because, as I said, favourite DC hero. And therefore this likely won't be the only Nightwing related video I make in the near future. So, if you've made it this far, let me know in the comment section down below your favourite Nightwing fact, and feel free to share any of the top 10 videos you'd like to see us make in the future. But until then, I've been Brandon, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw here today, then maybe consider subscribing to catch our other content as and when it releases.